Welcome to the show, Eddie Mininfield. Known as Eddie M, you're an American saxophonist. After graduation from UC Berkeley's music program, you've toured and performed with a number of artists such as Stevie Nicks, Aretha Franklin, and Stevie Wonder, to name just a few. Your first professional tour was the Purple Rain tour with Prince. You've also recorded with him on his album Around the World in a Day. You're also a member of the music duo B2B, which you formed with John Paris, who we've actually had recently on the show here. It's fantastic to have you on the show. There's so much more to talk with you about, Eddie. Thank you so much for joining us, and please do tell us more.
Thanks for having me. But yes, all those things has happened in my past, and looking forward to some of these great things that are coming up in the future.
That's right.
You mentioned about B2B, and
That's more about that.
John Paris and myself, we formed this group kind of in the midst of COVID. But me and John been playing together since we're 15 years old. We started an R&B band called All Is One, and we used to do all the clubs and all the, the hookups, in the Bay Area and about the Bay Area. But we started as kids, and we ended up supporting a lot of big acts together and then and apart as well. But we have a thing coming out with our second single will be released in October. So we'll send you some information on that so you guys can get it popping over there. The name of the new song will be Manhattan Blue. Our first single was After the Game, which was a cover of the late, great Wayman Tisdale.
Yeah.
We did a song over called After the Game, and we love Wayman. We miss him dearly. And John and I had just a great time recording with him when we recorded that actually.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
He's an NBA player, right?
He was a great NBA player, had a great career with the Sacramento Kings, Phoenix Suns, Indiana, and he loved the natural bass player. He was just a natural talented cat.
Yeah.
But he picked up the bass and played, and we was just mouths dropped. So we ended up recording a few albums with them and touring with them. So we wanted to, honor him and
his
birthday of last year. So our second single and the EP it'll be out in August, not probably. It will drop in October. So we're excited about what's coming.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Do you write lyrics?
Woo! No, I'll leave that to you.
Come on, man.
If I'm pressed and I have something very, heavy on the brain, I can jot down things. But I'm more the melody guy,
Take the melodies that you have, man. You probably have 300,000 songs in there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? All you got to do is put some lyrics to them. You know what I'm saying?
Some down, and I've done it in the past. I've done a lot of lyrics and different things of that. So I shouldn't be like I haven't done it. I've written great things with like Sheila, and we had a big record with Sheila called "Hold Me" that came out back in the '80s.
Yeah, that's social conscious,
right? It did well.
Right?
So I was writing then, and I write when necessary. But this particular project is more melody. We do have some guests on it. We have Dave Hollister on it, who did a cover of Michael Jackson's song, and so I get to the melodies and lyrics when needed. Yeah,
man. I would think it'd be really easy for you because you have so many melodies, right?
It's interesting though, Skyler, because I'm really in reverse about. I hear music first.
Right, of course.
Okay. Yeah.
I hear melody first. Lyrics, I get tagged for all the time. I'm like grooving to something, and my wife or somebody, it's like, do you know what that's really talking about? I have no clue because I'm tapped into music so deeply. I hear the track before I hear the story. So I need to reverse that at times.
We gonna get together, man, because imagine saying something like that you feel with those kind of melodies. That's what's gonna take it over the top. And we need to get back to that, you know.
I agree. And we got a lot to say too, you know. We
Yeah.
have, so that's definitely welcome. Any assistance from you, man.
You're gonna find out it's fun, man, and it's really, really simple. But at the same time, man, check it out. So I'm trying to inspire people to start writing positive
Yes.
social conscious lyrics, right?
Need it much.
We're tired for all the people that's tired of bad news. That's gonna be our audience.
Yeah.
So down for that because there's so much chaos over here and everywhere. It's just mess. And so it's needed. It's an uplift and keep people focused on positivity.
Let me ask you, who were some of your favorites, the most famous social conscious artists that you remember?
My favorites?
Yeah.
Man, that's a hard one. You know what the Bay is. We were so open to all kinds of music genres, and we were wide open, which was a blessing growing up here. But I gotta say, my favorite all-time song, and you guys are not gonna believe it.
What?
Close to You, the Carpenters.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Also, I guess my second favorite would be Sailing, Christopher Cross. Now, a guy who plays funk for a living,
right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect to hear those two. They're part of me, and those are like my favorite coming up.
Well, the melodies for those they suck you in, right? When you find yourself singing along with that, that's the most beautiful feeling for a writer, right?
Ooh, yes, they're dear to me. I can listen to those two songs all day and all night, still to this day, because it just locked in. And I'm a melody guy, but they just the talent in what they brought to those songs were, by far my faves. Of course, we listened to a whole bunch of James Brown coming up, but
right. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud, right?
I can't say it was my all-time favorite, but it was a big part, and still a big part of my play today, especially.
See, now I would think because of the Marvin's sound, because what's going on.
Yes.
And what I love is the reason why he wrote that record, right? He says, no, man. Barry Gordy goes to him and says, "Hey, man, so what's your next record? What you going?" He said, "Man, I can't do another love record." And back then, how can you say that? You got women going crazy and all that stuff like that, and then you tell them, "No, I don't want to do that. I gotta say something. I gotta tell people what's going on."
And bottom line, that is so powerful. It's today. It's what's happening today, Stephen. It's really still, it's like it just was released today. It's message
it's over. That song is over 50 years. Yeah. It was bigger than any love song that he ever wrote.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, that's true. Yes, that's amazing. Yeah, and it's my favorite. Anytime I'm playing somewhere, usually I'm playing that. The Inner City Blues or what's
going wow. Oh.
I did a remake of Inner City Blues on my first CD. John's on drums. I mean, the whole Bay Area was on that, shared that with me. Yeah, it's definitely.
If you're a music lover sitting in a room when you guys start playing that, the mood of that is just out of this world, and so you can see where Marvin was coming from, right?
It's deep. Miss him. Miss his words, miss his message, and miss his talent. It's just no replacement for him.
And I'm gonna throw one more at you, and that was John Lennon, right?
Oh yeah.
When he wrote "Imagine,"
yeah,
he was actually saying "Imagine peace," right?
Right. Those songs are so relevant today. And this craziness that we're facing worldwide, it's like, come on, how can you miss it? You know, how can you miss it? People were talking about it, and we need it back. We need it bad. That's why I kind of get discouraged a little bit about the some of the craziness that's thrown out there, and people are giving it a lot of attention. I'm like, it's no message. It's no words of encouragement.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Damn.
shaking your butt, shaking your booty here, shaking your, tail somewhere. Come on. All right, that's cool, but let's talk about world. Let's talk about world peace. Let's get it.
Okay, so
That's gonna be the help you're gonna give me and JP.
that's exactly right, because that's all I've been doing for 20 years, like, on this quest to start a movement of people writing positive songs, right? Because I've seen what it's done. There's so many people that's written social conscious songs, but there's never been a platform for it. There's never been a place to put it. And that's what we're doing over here, man. It's I want to get you got all the melodies. See, my dream is to do these festivals, right? And have you come over.
Yes, I love London. I used to come over every year for about 10 years, I think, with a group called Acoustic Alchemy. I was
Okay.
for maybe 8 years, but I did a lot of their records. We play every year during the Christmas season at the Pizza Express.
Oh, right there in London.
Right there in London. It was great, but it was like we would play up until New Year's Eve, and I would do my show on New Year's Eve, but we would do like 14, 15 days in a row. It was awesome.
Wow.
So I kind of had my experience of staying over in London and living and learning how to vibe over there. I miss it. I miss it. So I need to get back. So that'll be a big reason to get back.
You can believe that. Tom?
Well, I'm going to take you back to, we talked a little bit about love records and the music of love as such. You could argue that the saxophone is typically an instrument or a saxy music, as it were, that it was very much associated with love songs and stuff like that. Why particularly did you head for the saxophone as an instrument? Was it just natural for you that you headed there, or was there a particular reason you sort of started using saxophones?
I was drawn to saxophone, not so much of the sound back then. My mom took me to a Duke Ellington concert at the Berkeley.
Oh, well, there you go.
Wow. Yeah, that's the reason right there.
I was, I think, 7 or 8 years old. And I remember sitting there like it was yesterday as a kid. And I looked over to my mom. I said, Mom, I want to play that. And I was pointing at the saxophone because Duke had them boys so clean. They had their horns on the side. I think they had the white suits on, and it was like, I didn't, I had no idea what it was called or whatever. Mom, I wanted to play that.
Yeah.
And I grew up in a household with voices. My older sister, Denise Mininfield, and my brother, William Mininfield, they were vocalists. / instrumental player. Denise played flute and my brother played clarinet, but I didn't really know the instruments. I was the youngest out of 4. So that's how I was inspired to play the horn. And a year later, I was playing it and I haven't put it down.
To do something that you love, find out something young that you love to do.
Yes.
And then go find out how to make a living at it.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah.
True.
But there's nothing like, I don't care what you do in a recording studio, that still doesn't feel like being in front of music lovers.
Oh, yeah. People appreciate your talent and what you've achieved and what you worked hard at. It wasn't an easy road to get to the levels that we've been blessed with, but it wasn't easy. It took time, and that's a lot of things that a lot of kids don't have. That where we didn't have all those things like the internet and computer games. And
for you, it was just music, or was kind of
Well, it was music and baseball.
Oh, baseball as well. Okay, cool.
I wanted to play baseball. And so I was doing the two for a long time as a kid.
All right, yeah.
It was just in my blood. My dad was a baseball lover, and
Okay, yeah.
so I'd sit on his lap and watch it. So I ended up playing it. But then I decided, music. Let me see. I don't have to get dirty every day.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So I lean more towards the music side.
You know Eric Young, right?
Oh yeah,
EQ, the bass player, right? He was just on about a week ago, was talking the same stuff. He said, "Man, I was gonna play baseball."
That's
I was a baseball player. Now we get this 2 weeks in a row. This is great.
That's a very thing. You had to play some kind of sport, and you had music on the other side. So you made choices. So obviously EQ made the same choice I did. We go so far back, EQ and me and John.
Yeah.
He was in rival bands back in the day when me and John, was playing the top 40 thing. Yeah. So it's a, small family up here, but mighty.
Absolutely.
Well, let's get you inspired to write some lyrics. See,
gotcha.
With the melodies you got all them. You've been playing 300 years. I know you know all the musicians in the world that can play on it, right? So, but it'd be your lyrics though this time. See,
no, I'm gonna have some help from I'm gonna have some help from you.
Yeah, man, I'm like there's that guy Dick Bright.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Check it out. So I was doing these corporate gigs, Dick Bright back there, right? And Dick goes, and Dick writes all the music out for every instrument.
That's I heard that of him. Yeah.
And he used to put together bands in Las Vegas, right?
Oh well. Yeah.
But one day he says, Skyler, I just wish I could do what you do. I said, what you talking about? I wish I could write.
Lyrics.
Yeah, it's a gift though, Skyler. It's a gift. It's you have to have it or you have to work hard at it. It's not just, I used to sit and write poetry or whatever. And I said, I believed in that message in the bottle. So I would go to the marina.
There you go. There was a title right there.
Toss some notes into a bottle and let it go away. And one day this will reach somebody. I had vibes like that, but you couldn't put cassette tapes of your music in those bottles. So I went to
There you go. But I tell you, once you do this, once I help you with this, you're gonna be flying with it. Because what I was saying about Dick Bright. So I said, Dick, when you take a solo in some song, right? Yeah. That wasn't there before. You created that melody.
Right.
He said, you're right, huh? And it was crazy, man, because I know when we get to different, hey, take a solo. That wasn't in the record, man. You created it on the spot.
Freestyling, yeah. Freestyling.
Absolutely, Tom. It's yeah. Boy, Dick is still doing his thing, man. It's great.
I love it when Americans and people from all over the world play with each other. See, and you get that here because all the languages right here. When you're walking around, you feel like you're in another country, just walking down the street.
Yes.
Over here, right in London.
Music appreciation is so mighty there. That's what I dug about it.
Yeah.
It's such an attraction for what we created and what we do still to this day. Much more respect for it in many ways than here. I love that. I mean, good old soul music is still rocking there,
and they show up, man.
They love it. Here in America, people seem to have moved away from it. They go back and get little things from it, but they just kind of, it's in another zone. And I'm like, well, let me go where they love it, because I'm still playing that. I love home. I love my people here and all that, but I want to also spread it. And there, you guys got it there, and in parts of Asia.
Yeah, wherever music lovers are, just go perform. That's fun. Tom,
just for our viewers' sake, if you've got any kind of details or any kind of social media contact you have, maybe that they can see what you do and maybe get hold of what you've produced.
You can look up a couple of things. B2B on Instagram, and we and John have an account and a page there, and Blow for Ya on Instagram. That's Blow, BLOWFOR, YAH.
Okay,
that's all on Instagram. And I'm old school, so I keep the Facebook jumping off and TikToks and same thing. Yeah. Eddie Mininfield on Facebook, but you will see all of that, all information on what B2B is doing and what's upcoming. And cool. I have a site popping off, and so we'll direct you to that real soon as well.
All right. Cool. We'll put the links to all that at the bottom of the video as well, so people can go off and click on those and go and take a look.
Much. I mean,
bless you for the privilege of your time today, my brother. Thanks for coming on the Music for Global Change broadcast, man. Thank you.
Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all get together, music can save the world. Yeah. Music can save the world. Save the world. There's an urgency facing our humanity.
Thank you so much for watching. To stay up to date, please click subscribe and hit the bell. You can also join our group on Facebook and find us on LinkedIn and Instagram.